Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a monk, as you describe me, thrown into the secular world. So I'm in deep trouble. People keep on talking about decarbonization. Oh, I have to dissociate myself from the support group on long-term decarbonization strategy. My responsibility is produce a draft consultation document, which Dr. Wong has described, and I have yet to see the draft. So I don't even know what government is trying to tell me to tell people. So.
What is your official position on it? You work for the Council for Sustainable Development?
No, I'm not even a member of the Sustainable Development Council. They can't possibly accept me into that council. I'm only helping them to develop a draft consultation document. So I'm following the path of Mr. Wang Yunfei. So those from overseas won't understand, but those in Hong Kong would appreciate. Well, I'm a monk. I live in the city, and people say that, oh, you have to try to help decarbonize the city. I look at the city and say, decarbonize me. Virtually hopeless. How could you tell people to switch off the lights, right? And then I look in another angle and say, oh, and these cars are talking to me, decarbonize me. How could I remove the cars from the tunnel? How? Can I tell these people not to drive? And then look at the lights. Look at the lights. Well, actually, there is one good point about this. The city is very compact. And these reports, you must read this one. And it says that compact cities are good. Actually, Hong Kong is the best world example in compact city, which is actually very environmentally friendly. But we are destroying this image by trying to build an island at the middle of the city, in the sea. Huh? Well, and I look at yet another angle, and and look at these people, decarbonize them, asking them not to buy anything or buy less. How could you decarbonize these people? And of course, the lights have to be there to attract the people, and inside those buildings it has to be very cold, because people know very well that in a cold environment you buy more. This is well researched. It works especially well for women. Cold, you grab something, right? And there are no gentlemen around. So we in Hong Kong, asking Hong Kong to decarbonize is virtually impossible. And so how can you decarbonize Hong Kong, where making and spending money is actually the #1 hobby? And spending money creates a lot of carbon dioxide. And then commerce is the mainstay. Commerce accounts for 40% of the energy consumption in Hong Kong. Commerce, you ask them, are the shops to close? And people really like shopping. Hong Kong is the only place in the world where people would list shopping as their hobby. Nowhere else in the world. And air conditioning is treated as a matter of course. I never switch on my air conditioner at home for many years. Sometimes my wife switches it on. But she has stopped for 3 years already. And so now I survive using a 6-inch USB fan within a mosquito net, because I open the window, the mosquitoes come. And bright light is prestige, driving is status. How could you ask people to stop, to decarbonize? We have to decarbonize people, not decarbonize the cars and so on. And eating out is very common. Hong Kong is a very special place. And eating out means a lot of food waste, especially in China mainland. Not sort of looking in the wrong direction, but China wastes a lot of food. And so, how could we decarbonize a city packed with buildings, materialistic, this word I introduced myself, consumeristic, capitalistic, very energy intensive, material intensive. What could you do? And you tell these people to be thrifty. Do you know the word thrifty? I have asked many young people in Hong Kong, they don't even know the word thrifty. And not to mention frugality. So this is well known, so I can skip this right away. Thank you very much for introducing this before. Now, what won't help stand alone in Hong Kong is that, we can make electricity production having lower carbon intensity. The better you do, they would use more electricity because there's no sense of guilt. This is well known, well researched. You tell them, we are now producing less carbon dioxide per kilowatt hour. Okay, I'll use 1 more kilowatt hour. This is the rebound effect. Human nature as it is, they will optimize themselves. Energy efficiency, LED is very effective in saving energy. But look at the advertisement signs. They use the same money to light up their advertisement signs. There's no saving in electricity. Engineers, I'm sorry to say to you, whatever you do with energy efficiency, the rebound effect will kill it. Carbon capture, of course you can do it, but the more carbon capture you could do, the less guilt they have, they use more energy. Now, so I think this won't help stand alone. They help, but they won't step up. So what to do in Hong Kong? To me, I think we have to work on the individuals. We have to change their mindset. We have to help people to appreciate what is value in life, what is quality of life. One of the chief executives of Hong Kong once upon a time asked people around him, after paying a visit to China, in 3 consecutive cities, people talked to him and said that we have to improve people's quality of life. And the chief executive came back and asked his staff, what is quality of life? This is the trouble in Hong Kong because they are doing business all the time. What is quality of life? But young people in Hong Kong, they are really keen to have good quality of life. So what do we have to do? To me, it's very simple. Ask everybody to switch off their air conditioner, including here. Ban air conditioning in Hong Kong, in new buildings. Old buildings, you retrofit. From my own experience at home, if you stop using the air conditioner, it is already 75 or actually 80%. Well, very easy to, it's very easy, terribly easy. I add easy because I have done it. The Secretary for the Environment has also done it, except a few days a year when his wife says that it has to be switched on. But actually, if you find some way of designing your buildings which requires no air conditioning, Hong Kong can reduce electricity consumption by 75% right away. And you don't need carbon capture or high efficiency or importing renewable energy, no, nothing. And say, if I were the emperor of Qin, Chun Qi Wang, number 1, I would say no private cars, only public cars. Easy, because we have the best public transport network in the world. We are even better than Singapore, if you like. So why do we need private cars in the world? Of course, they say, it's individual freedom. But in this very special time in the history of people, should we think in a special way? When I say no, it could mean a very low quota. I'm always going a little bit over the top. Well, and if we ask people to buy for need only and buy quality, not quantity, then there will be still the same amount of money going around the economy, but there will be less use of material. So let's make things expensive to reflect the real total cost, right? Thank you for nodding your head. I'm really happy. And, well, the government has to do something. But I really think that we could not depend on the government alone. All over the world, not just in Hong Kong. I'm afraid that someone would tell the government in Hong Kong that I'm saying that they are useless. But I'm going to say that in the climate change problem, governments are useless because climate change is a global problem, a global local problem. It arises because of people doing numerous things all over the world. So the solution is a global solution. You have asked numerous people to do tiny little things all over the world, then you solve the problem. But still, we need government to do something because in terms of policy strategies, they can affect people making individual decisions. So this is official parlance. Mainstream low carbon into decisions, but just a phrase. But why don't they forcefully ask for well-ventilated buildings in the future and retrofit current buildings with good ventilation? Town planning, I really advocate that we should stick to the smart, complexity in Hong Kong. Complexity is the most effective way of reducing any energy consumption. So don't build the island in the sea. And well, this is actually, town planning has to be at the center. Yes, okay, time is up, I'm gone. Low carbon car, cap on cars. Business, okay. Sell quality, don't sell quantity, but you will still be having the same money going around. Sell quality. Of course, we have people, no one should be left behind. I really like this phrase. This is what I've been telling people. No one should be left behind. I say things should be marked more expensive, give them higher prices, but of course we have to find ways of dealing with the low-income people and optimize all these things. This all of you know. Now, this is Earth Hour in Hong Kong. To me, it is less bright, but much more elegant. The dots of light is an indication of the vitality of the city in a subdued, not in a, when it's sophisticated form. This is very bright, looks very prosperous, but it is waste of energy, ugly in look. Of course, this is a value judgment. That's why I say, in talking about decarbonization, it is actually a matter of redefining quality of life, redefining value, and reorientation of the business objectives. Still, the objective number one is make money. But how do you make money? Sell quality. I really hate Alibaba because they make money from quantity. Very low end. And people say that he is a nice guy. I really hate him. And I keep on saying that climate change, decarbonization is not just a technical problem. It is actually this, or in Chinese, we point it here. It is a problem with the heart. For the Western civilization, a problem with the mind. So this is the difference between East and West, but still it is the same. The focus should be on the people. I'm sorry, I'm over time, so thank you.